Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for the Financial Mail Top Analyst Awards, LOYISO MADINGA.
Welcome you special guests to the Financial Mail Top Analyst Awards 2021 event, sponsored by Iress and JSE. Now, I know you wish you were here to see each other because lockdown had you seeing maybe one or two faces. Yeah, and then you were like, I miss people and faces. And then the government said, okay, you guys get out there and see some people and faces. And then we got out and we're like, ugh, people, faces. Oh, yes, we remembered that taxi drivers are people with faces. And home affairs people are people with faces. And everybody are people with faces. It's horrible out there. But now you only get to see one special face, the face you've seen for the past few years, et moi, for an hour or so, as we celebrate you guys. Now, let's hear from Stuart Theobald, the chairman of Intellidex, as he explains to us the methodology and research process behind the awards.
Good afternoon. I'm Stuart Theobald, Chairman at Intellidex. We oversee the research process behind the FM Analysts Awards, and this was our 8th year of conducting the research for the awards. It's a great privilege for us to be able to do this. We understand precisely how important this research and findings is to the market, and we dedicate significant resources to ensure we get the numbers right and that we remain relevant to the needs of analysts as well as buy-side clients year after year. So it's a great privilege to be back with you again to go through the results of this year's research exercise. I'm going to say a few things about the methodology and some of the figures behind the research, and then I'll get out of the way and get to the important part about this year's results. So just some high-level figures on the research process this year. The rankings are by far the most comprehensive assessment of SA market coverage. So it's focused on South African clients and speaks to the views that South African clients have on the services they receive, both, by the way, from local and international analysts. This year, we considered 29 sell-side firms who submitted nominations. And by that, I mean the list of analysts who cover specific research areas. We do automatically include the names of all firms. We give sell-side firms the option of submitting their analysts. Some do, some don't, but all firms that we know are active in the marketplace get included in the firm categories. We had 36 buy-side firms who voted this year. That represented by far the majority of the marketplace. We obviously focus on ensuring the largest firms are involved in the voting. And this year, most of those did participate and contribute votes. Buy-side firms complete an online questionnaire that Intellidex has developed. That questionnaire enables them to rank various firms in one level and then rank individuals as analysts on another level. So both firms and analysts are assessed separately. There are 40 research categories. The results that get presented today are weighted by commission primarily, and there are 6 non-research categories, which include sales, administration, and so on. For the second year, we're presenting the Top Small Black Broker Award, and I'll say a bit more about that in a moment. And also, again, we are presenting the Young Analyst Awards, and these are judged by a team from the CFA Institute. This year, we had 9 entries of great work by young analysts to be assessed by a panel of judges. So in terms of total analysts, we had 378 nominated by the sell side. That was fewer than last year, 463 last year, but another 131 names were entered by buy-side firms as nominees. So as I explained, the sell side can have an option to submit lists of names to us, but we very much encourage the buy side who are completing the forms to fill in names if they're not already there in the pre-populated forms. So that meant a total of 471 nominees received at least one vote in a category. So you might have the same people who are nominated in several categories, but in total 471 nominations made, or at least analysts who received at least one vote. 12 firms had one analyst ranked first in a sector, so that's one firm more than the 11 last year. But the firm with the most number one rankings this year had 12 categories where they ranked number one, and that was the same number as last year. So now I'm sure you'll all be guessing which firm that was. There were new number ones, though. In 13 out of the 40 categories, we have new analysts topping the rankings. All of the feedback is fed into a score for the overall firm for research. That is based on a consolidated score for all 40 research categories. The team scores are what matters, so it's not the votes and the rankings that are given to individual analysts, but how firms themselves are ranked. Those 40 research categories include a mix of equities and non-equities elements. The equities overall is weighted 70% of the input and 30% goes to non-equities. There are 23 equity categories. They in turn are weighted by the SWIX market cap. So categories that are heavy and large caps are weighted more than smaller categories. And then the 17 non-equity categories, so that includes economics, political analysis, risk analysis, and so on, are weighted by the sell side feedback. So we ask the sell side to tell us how important the non-equity categories are, and they give us a rating that leads into the weightings we apply in adding up the scores for overall firm for research. This year, there are 3 new firms in the top 10. So it's nice to see some turnover of who is rated among the top firms in the country. For the small black broker, the qualifying criteria that the firm must be at least 50% black owned. It must have a level 2 BE ranking, and it must have top line revenue of less than 100 million. So it is focused on smaller firms that are majority black owned. This year that left us with a universe of 11 eligible firms, which was quite a few more than last year when we had 7 eligible firms. Just a note on sector weighting shifts. So among the 40 research categories, this is where we saw some changes in weightings. And you can glance down that list for yourselves. It's notable that commodities, precious metals gained significant weighting in the contribution of the 40 different research categories. But there are also some reductions in weightings. So quantitative analysis, small and medium market cap, financial and industrials receiving some down weighting in the algorithm that determines the overall firm for research. Just 2 more slides on some elements that we draw out of the research. The questionnaire contains some general questions about the business models of sell-side or buy-side firms, And here's one on how they perceive the value of the service they receive from their brokers. And you can see there that the majority of value they believe is research. 55% of the value they derive is research. They allocate 21% to dealing, and then service, sales, corporate access, and BEE scores between 5 and 7%. We also have been asking questions about MiFID II. So here we tried to draw out how firms are allocating the costs of research. And you can see that there's been a shift between 2020 and 2021 towards firm P&L carrying the costs of research, with 44% of respondents there. 56% of respondents, however, are still bundling research into client fees. With that, I just want to offer a vote of thanks on the Intellidex side. A lot of work goes into conducting this research. Many of you would have heard from our research team during the process. So Colin Anthony oversees it as the manager and editor. Fabian Makwerere is the lead data analyst. Heidi Dietz runs the survey software. Lerato Matibiri conducts an independent audit of the results. and Leta Maponyani supports on the data. And then a big thanks to Financial Mail, who entrust us with this very important piece of research. Rob Rose, the editor, is always available to discuss any changes to methodologies. Pila Nkanuna, who's done today's event, seeing her in her stride. Les Tilley, who looks after the editorial. And Chris Stock this year looked after the advertising. I must just say on a sad note that this project was always sold by Nigel Twydale, who sadly passed away earlier this year. Nigel was a stalwart of the FM Analyst project for many years, so we certainly do miss him. We, of course, are always open to your feedback. We're very eager to hear what you think of the results. If you have suggestions or ideas on how the methodology could be improved, we'd love to hear all about them. Our email there, analysts@intellidex.coza, is available for you to submit that feedback. And lastly, a commercial message. We do offer detailed reports. So what you see in the FM publication is really the tip of the iceberg of the results. We have far deeper analysis and insight into market trends and the feedback of clients. And if you're interested in those, we can produce a detailed report for you. And we'll be sending order forms to all of the research heads that we have on our database within hours of this event. So please do look out for those. Thanks once again for being part of this. We really appreciate your efforts in supporting it. And we look forward to the results. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Stuart. For the fourth or third year running, I understood nothing that you said. You remind me why going back to school won't help me one bit, because they didn't teach school the way I think school should have been taught. I think if I could go back and teach children, I would teach differently. I would teach history differently. I would teach things like our South African history in a more exciting way, to tell a more true story. For instance, you know, after a day of struggling, back in the days of struggle, Nelson Mandela kept things quite light. He did. They would go back to Rivonia, near Teasers, and they would chill after a day of struggling. And Mandela would be like, oh, today we struck. We really protested. And to think, I am doing all of this just so I can have a white woman. Am I right? Oh my gosh. Tutu, you celibate bastard. What are you fighting for? And you know, Tutu is a very pious man, so Tutu was there going, well, I myself do not dabble in such things. But if I were to find the right white woman, I would show her my controversies. Am I right? Oh, that is a good one. Oh, Toto, that's a good one. Because we are controversies, and you will show your controversies. You know, Tata, when you explain the joke, it's not funny anymore. Zuma, what will you do with your freedom? When I become president, and the whole room is like, huh? What's this guy saying? President? Huh? I will build myself my own White House with the people's money. And Mandela was like, you know, you keep saying that, and it's getting weird for everybody. That's how I teach history, and everyone would remember it because it's fantastic. Thank you, Theobald, for your little session that I understood nothing of, as we move swiftly along to our first awards, the Young Analyst Awards for the babies. Let's hear from Jenny Henry of CFA Society South Africa. She will give an outline of the Young Analyst Award process and announce this year's winner.
Hi, everybody. The primary purpose of the CFA Society South Africa is to deliver value to our members and to support budding charter holders as they embark in the investment career. We assist them with writing exams, preparing for those exams, and also support them through the initial stages of their career. And so the CFA Society South Africa is very proud to once again partner with Financial Mail to showcase all the young analysts who are under 30. And it's important that we identify this talent and showcase them because the industry itself is full of very strong, stalwart analysts. The reports submitted by the young analysts are reviewed by a panel of judges who are CFA charter holders. A number of them come from the buy side, but we also have judges from the universities. So it's a nice spread, diverse team of judges. And they really take a lot of time and care to review the reports and to provide quite comprehensive feedback in terms of what was good in the reports and where there were areas of improvement. In terms of the equity category, the winning reports or the standout reports displayed immense amount of detail about the companies and the industries in which they operate in. Lots of risk management analysis, which was coupled with very good scenario analysis. Also this year, we have picked up that analysts are taking the time to give lots of context and history to these companies, which is an important foundation for determining where the future of these companies are. So well done to all those analysts. In the non-equity category, which includes listed property, the research was very thorough. It was very good theory, applied to good numerical analysis and well-founded conclusions. Overall, these reports were found to be very useful by the judges. And without further ado, the nominees in the equity category are David Talpert of AVIOR Capital, Oyen Consolo Fagbulu of EFG Hermes, and Kiyomoketse Kanopi of Standard Bank Group Securities. And the winner is Kiyomoketse Kanopi of Standard Bank Group Securities. The two finalists in the non-equity category, which includes listed property, are Rizwana Sumad of NEDGROUP Securities and Anza Mugvani of AfriFocus. And the winner in this category is Rizwana Sumad of NEDGROUP Securities. We congratulate all the nominees and the winners and thank them for their hard work and their contribution to the investment industry, and we wish them all the best in their careers ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny, and congratulations to the equity and non-equity winners of this year's Young Analyst Award. Now, for part one of the Top Analyst Awards. Gold mining. The finalists are and the winner is Adrian Hammond, Standard Bank SBG Securities. Congratulations, Adrian. In the category Platinum and Precious Metals, the finalists are and the winner is Christopher Nicholson, RMB Morgan Stanley. And in general mining, just mining J. That's what this category is called in the Eastern Cape, just mining J. The finalists are and the 2021 winner is Tim Clark and Tabang Tlaku, Standard Bank SBG Securities. Some names just keep popping up every year. You guys are consistent. You are like SARS. If you guys were the whole country, it would be sailing smooth. Oil and gas and chemicals. The finalists are And the winner is Adrian Hammond, again from Standard Bank SBG Securities. Congratulations again. Come up for your award in your lounge. As we move now to forestry and paper, the finalists are and the winner is Brian Morgan, R&B Morgan Stanley. It's not an inside job. The Morgan is just by happenstance. As we move now to industrial metal, the finalists are and the winner is Tabang Klaku and Tim Clark, Standard Bank SBG Securities. Congratulations, guys, taking that award in the category Industrial Metal. As we move on now to Heavy Metal and yeah! I am not white enough for that joke. The next category is Resources Small and Medium Market Cap Companies. Finalists are and the winner is Johan Pretorius, Stephen Friedman, Kabelo Mushisha, Siphelele Mhlongo, and Derek Deal, Renaissance Capital. You guys come squad deep. As we move on to our nation builders in the category Construction, Building Materials, and Machinery. Finalists are and the winner is Mark Temor, Standard Bank SBG Securities. Thank you for letting me practice my French. Because the only other sentence I know is Mon voiture est dans des assiettes des gens. My car is in the lunch plates. I don't know when I'll get a chance to use that sentence, but when I do, the French will be impressed. Let's move on to the guys who have our money. Banks. The finalists are and the winner is James Stark, Standard Bank SBG Securities, is killing the game. Well done, the team at Standard Bank SBG Securities. As we move on now to find more winners in the category General Financial, finalists are and the winner is David Talpert and Warwick Bam, thank you ma'am, of AVIOR Capital Markets. Yay! As we move on now to my favorite category, Insurance, or if you fancy insurance. The finalists are and the winner is Warwick Bam, AVIOR Capital Markets. Thank you, ma'am, again. Now we go to the nation's favorite category. The one where people were in a pandemic and we thought, what should we fight for the most? Beverages and tobacco. Finalists are and the winner is Rupert Wilson of Noah Capital Markets. Thank you for everything you did for us during lockdown. Now we're moving on to food producers. The finalists in this category are And the winner is Sumil Siraj of Standard Bank SPG Securities. You guys are killing the game. Before we move on to our next category, I hope you guys are as excited as you always are and clapping for the people, even though you are not here to do it. I will be checking in on you. I have set up cameras in your homes. So we move on to healthcare providers and pharmaceuticals. Finalists are and the winner is Roy Campbell of RMB Morgan Stanley. Congratulations to you guys. Our next category, the things we love the most, luxury goods. Luxury is good. Here are your finalists. And the winner is Ray VM of Standard Bank SPG Securities. Very used to winning, Ray VM. Nice to see your name up there again. Consistency. Thank you. General retailers is our next category. We've all been to one, so let us thank the people who work behind the scenes. The finalists are and the winner is Sean Holmes, RMB Morgan Stanley. Welcome, Mr. Holmes, to the world of winners. As we move now to household goods retailers, not household bads retailers. It's a little dad joke. I'm a dad now, so I get to say those things confidently. The finalists in household goods retailers are and the winner is Sean Holmes and Vikyat Sharma of RMB Morgan Stanley. Congratulations to you guys. The category we all miss the most. Hotels, travel, and leisure. Finalists are and the winner is Yaish Patel of Standard Bank SPG Securities. As we move on now to our next category of winners, diversified industrials. The finalists are and the winner is Brent Medell, Renaissance Capital. Brent Medell is a great name. I hope you bodybuild. That's a great bodybuilder's name. As we move now to investment companies, this is our next category, and the finalists here are and the winner is good old Ravium, Standard Bank SPG Securities. Well done, De La Ray. Now, we are going into the sciences as we go to computing and electronics. The finalists in this category are nerds. Here they are. And the winner of all the nerdiest winners is Munir Ahmed of Prescient Securities. Congratulations, nerds run the world now. Jocks just perform for them. As we move now to media, the finalists are and the winner is Kevin Mattison and RUHAN du Plessis, AVIOR Capital Markets. Congratulations, guys. As we move on to the people who hold the power of the data, telecommunications. Finalists are Hello, can I please talk to winner? Jonathan Kennedy Good of JP Morgan. And on that bombshell, we move on to financial and industrial small and medium market cap companies. Finalists are and the winner is RUHAN du Plessis, David Talpert, and Steph Erasmus of AVIOR Capital Markets. Now we move on to the category Monopoly, Real Estate. Finalists are and the winner in the category Monopoly that makes everybody else feel horrible, Bandile Zondo and Mweshu Nene, Standard Bank SBG Securities. Yay! Get the land! I'm kidding, I'm not EFF. We're scared of them too. As we move now to Africa XSA Equities, finalists are and the winners are Kato Mukuru, Ronak Gadia, Louis Kolako, Moses Wairire Njuguna, Mwama Ishmaili, and Silla Rasugu of EFG Herms. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations to me for saying all those names. Congratulations to just winning in general. Congratulations to all you winners thus far. Before we start the next set of awards, yes, don't leave yet. You can still have another chance. Let's hear from one of our headline sponsors, Ray Pretorius, Managing Director of Iress South Africa.
It's not easy running a financial services business. Every day, there are more demands on your time and money. More information, more data, more compliance, more reporting, more competition. We can help. With software built for financial advisors, traders, wealth managers, mortgage brokers, fund managers. In fact, anyone in financial services aiming high to deliver more. For financial services software built for better performance, talk to Iress.
Good morning and welcome to all category nominees in this year's Financial Mail Top Analyst Award. It's been a very interesting year where we have all faced many challenges adapting to the new ways of working. Your nomination as a finalist in your respective categories is indicative of your passion and commitment to the South African economy. Once again, thank you to Financial Mail and Intellidex for hosting this awards event to recognize excellence and applaud the hard work in the financial services industry. For those unfamiliar with Iress, we're a global technology company providing software to the financial services industry. Our software is used by more than 9,000 businesses and 500,000 users globally by the world's most iconic financial services brands, including advice firms of all sizes, challenger banks, issuers, investment managers, traders, and brokers. Financial analysts are agents for growth and financial security in South Africa. Your insights provide guidance to businesses and individuals making investment decisions to aim high and achieve more for their futures. Similarly, we believe in doing the same for our local communities. We at Iress are committed to building communities where information can be shared to make informed decisions and continuously enhancing and growing platforms that support this. We believe that early childhood development is critical to the success of tomorrow's leaders. As such, we are pleased to present the winners of the Young Analysts Award with goodwill sponsorships of 12,500 Rand to Healing Word and Pebbles Project. These organizations provide much needed educational support, parental support, and resources to disadvantaged communities in Johannesburg and Cape Town, paving the way for a brighter future. To all the nominees of the forthcoming event categories, we recognize the effort and talent that goes into being a category winner. And as such, we wish you all the very best of luck.
Thank you very much there, Uncle Ray Ray, aka Ray Mysterio, aka Ray of Light, as he's known at the office. We now move on to part 2. I hope you guys are still comfortable in this year's Top Analyst Awards for 2021. Some of you are back at the office, some of you haven't learned the lesson and are still at home, relearning that old lesson of it takes a village to raise a child. Yes, because none of us were meant to raise our own children. That was the outdoors to do. Anywho, we now start with Africa XSA non-equities. The finalists are and the winner is Gibran Qureshi, Dmitry Shishkin, Kbolahan Taiwo, Kuria Kamau, Firishka Baruth, and Mulalo Madula, Standard Bank SPG Securities. As we now move to our next category, commodities, the finalists are and the winner is Tabang Klaku, Tim Clark, and Adrian Hammond, Standard Bank SPG Securities. As we move on now to our next category, environmental, social, and corporate governance, finalists are and the winner is Wasim Thokin and Rob Worthington Smith of Perisec. Now we go to our credit analysis. Finalists are and the winner is Robin McLennan, Stephen Creel, and Letitia Noonan, Standard Bank SPG Securities. Just breaking those awards up. Alrighty, let's go to our next category because we still need more winners. Derivatives. Finalists are and the winner is Emlyn Flint, Florence Chikirunye, and Denai Masuta of Perisec. Congratulations to you guys. Now we go to fixed interest securities. Our finalists are and the winner is Mike Keenan of ABSA. Congratulations to you today, tomorrow, together. Alrighty, now we are in the category Innovative Research, people who Google differently to the rest. Finalists are And the winner is RUHAN Foster and Lazola Ngengula of NAVIGARE Securities. Oh yes, the guys doing the job we all do every day when we check the rand versus everybody else. The economic analysis, domestic, not domestos. Little joke again. The finalists are and the winner is Elna Mulman of Standard Bank SPG Securities. More awards for SPG. Congratulations. What a team. Now we go to economic analysis. International. Finalists are and the winner is Mary Curtis, Andrea Macia, Jonathan Garner, Jacob Nell, James Lord, and Ian Doyle, R&B Morgan Stanley. I went to school with James Lord. He was into the arts. Somebody gave up on their dream, James. As we move on to our big guys at investment strategy, finalists are and the winner is Mary Curtis of R&B Morgan Stanley. Congratulations, Mary. Now we look at our political analysis finalists are and the winner for the 117,000th millionth time is Simon Fremantle, Standard Bank SPG Securities. Congratulations, Simon, old Sai, or Mon, as I call him now. Okay, now we're moving on to quantitative analysis. The finalists are and the winner is Emlyn Flint, Florence Chikarunye, and Denai Masuta of Perisec, taking another one for the team. Congratulations to you. As you come up for your No You Not, sit down and it will be sent to you. Now we move to the guys who always carry a condom in their pack. Risk management. Finalists are and the winner is, of course, it's Emlyn Flint, Florence Chikurunya, and Denai Masuta of Perisec, because the woman will save us. Alrighty, now we move on to the technical analysis. They're technically analyzing, not figuratively, technically analyzing, and the finalists are and the winner is Niels Heineke, NEDBANK Securities. Congratulations. Welcome to the winning game, NEDBANK Securities, as you take home your first award. Woo-hoo! And now for the top small black broker, because it's our time now. Finalists are and the winner is Noah Capital Markets. Congratulations to the winners thus far. Yes, I use thus to show my teachers in grade 8 that I can thus it anytime I want. Before we announce the Top Firms Awards for 2021, let's take a look at this message from another of our headline sponsors, Dr. Leila Fourie. Doctor, not like the Kumalo, a real doctor, CEO of the JSE.
We woke up one morning and the world had changed. In an instant, our lives were filled with new words, new images, and new things to fear. But the best parts of us remain. What makes us human endures. We solve problems, we learn, we innovate, we cooperate. We have compassion and we have patience. We make each other brave. If there was ever a Tumamina moment to be brave together, this is it. Hashtag Trade for Solidarity is a JSE initiative bringing together the capital markets ecosystem to support South Africa during this time of need. The JSE is humbled and grateful to market participants across the trading community for uniting to pledge trading revenues in support of those in need. Trading for solidarity, trading for unity, trading for South Africa. Join us.
Good afternoon and welcome. Congratulations to everybody, each one of you. The fact that you're here isn't just because you're the best. It's something far more important. It shows your commitment to the fundamentals and that you never gave in to the panic. Last year was probably the most disruptive year that any of us can remember. Those first few months were an absolute roller coaster. The markets roiled and they revolted. It could have been catastrophic for our markets, but in the end, it wasn't. As you know, investors who kept the faith remained invested in South Africa, its institutions and its organizations would have been richly rewarded. The JSE's headline indices outperformed several emerging markets and developed markets, ending the year in positive territory, with some counters experiencing a significant turnaround from the troughs of March. As we entered the new year, the FTSE All-Share Index ended the first quarter up 12% against a 22% decline at the same point in the prior year. It was our strongest quarter since 2006. The resources sector has been a standout performer with being up by more than 19% in rands and 20% in dollars. The rand has had a fortuitous start to the year as the only major emerging market currency to strengthen against the dollar, dipping below the psychological level of 14 rand to the dollar. In addition, commodities have continued to be boosted by an increasing demand for commodities, which in turn pushed up the price even more. This supported South Africa's economic fundamentals, which have also benefited from a rejuvenated and a focused South African Revenue Service, which beat its budget for the first time in 5 years. As celebrated columnist Stuart Theobald noted earlier this year, good financial advisors know that getting the best for their clients often means most of the work is in managing their emotions and prejudices. What's best for our clients? A portfolio that matches client risk appetite and ability with maximal probable returns is obvious. For those who did nothing when the crisis hit but kept the faith, they'd be up around 32% over the last 14 months. Fortune, they say, favors the brave, but it's also about doing the basics, persevering and perpetually learning. As some of you might know, my passion is mountains. I climb them, as Edmund Hillary, my icon, once said, because they're there. They are a challenge, and when I'm out on the rock face suspended by a rope, panicking and looking for my next foothold, I'm simultaneously exhilarated and terrified at the same time, humbled but yet fiercely determined. American free climber and renowned public speaker Kevin Jorgeson tells of how climbing has taught him that risk and consequence aren't always correlated. He says too often hardship is seen as a red flag. If we shy away from pain, our ambition becomes bound by the bumper lanes of comfort and familiarity. If you had given in to sentiment, prejudice, and fear a year ago, you and your clients would have paid the price. Instead, we should all heed what record-breaking British climber Emily Harrington said last November after scaling the world-famous El Capitan in Yosemite National Park. We should be less afraid to be afraid. But it's not over. Now, as the world makes sense of this new normal, as things start to return to a semblance of what we once knew, the question is, what will your mountain be? I have no doubt what mine will be. It's to heed the lessons of the year we endured and to contribute towards building back better. We have to invest in sustainable growth, pivot away from that which is threatening our future, and build back inclusively. Privilege obligates us to look after those who have less. As we rise once more, and to paraphrase the late Charlotte Makete, we must ensure that they rise too. Let us prove that business can be a force for good, make an incredible social impact, and still provide the returns that shareholders and investors expect. I know you'll be up for the challenge. And once again, a hearty congratulations and thank you all so much for your contribution to the industry.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fourie. Now, we only have 7 awards left, the creme de la creme of our top analysts. So without further ado, top firms for administration, efficiency, finalists. Et quoi? And the winner is R&B Morgan Stanley, who have been doing very well this year's awards. Congratulations once again. Now we go to the category Top Firms for Corporate Access. Here are the finalists. And the winner is R&B Morgan Stanley, taking another one. Congratulations to you guys. Now we are in the category Top Firms for Execution Derivatives. The finalists are and the winner is Parasec. Congratulations as you win as executors of derivatives. All right, now we are moving on to Top Firms for Execution Equities Dealing. The finalists are and the winner is R&B Morgan Stanley, taking another one again. Congratulations to your entire team. All right, as we move now to Top Firms for Execution Fixed Interest Securities Dealing, finalists are and the winner is Standard Bank SPG Securities, taking home another award. Congratulations to you guys, really cleaning up this year. Okay, Let's now see who our finalists are in the top sales team. Here are the finalists. And the winningest sellers are RMB Morgan Stanley, really cleaning up at the tail end of these awards today. Congratulations to RMB Morgan Stanley. And now, for the big one, the guys who dress in one-piece suits. Overall research firm. Finalists are and the winners in overalls, Standard Bank SPG Securities, taking home a huge award. Congratulations to you guys. This one is a biggie. Congratulations to all of the finalists and to the winners. We say cha-ching, baby. That's right. Your certificates will be emailed to you after the announcement today. The Financial Mail Ranking the Analyst Supplement will be available on the 27th of May. And you can just, grab that and just leave it casually somewhere noticeable, like a coffee table, just with the page open where your name is, maybe, just circled. Who circled it? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about that sticky note next to it going, read me, subtly, in lowercase, just on my coffee table section. Thank you once again to our sponsors, Iress and JSE, for sponsoring the Financial Mail Top Analyst Awards 2021. Thank you so much for joining me at a safe distance of you're not here. I will be here next year, hopefully. Will you guys hire me again? Stay safe until then. Cheers.